we have put together a flexing video for you, Diaz and I, that we want you guys to really encourage you to do morning or night, or maybe even both. It's extremely important for you to stretch. I have been suffering from a lot of pain due to the lack of me stretching properly before exercises. So it's extremely important, one, for you to do this because it increases your flexibility and range of motion. Very important, okay guys? Two, reduces the chance of you guys getting injured. Very important, especially doing HIIT workouts. Three, elongating the tightness of the muscles, okay? So that's something we don't really talk about, but it's also very important. Four, helping you with posture, especially right now when we're sitting a lot on chairs, couches. Couches are the worst place you guys can sit on because our body is just, there's no type of posture sitting on a couch. So preferably try and sit on a hard chair. Five, recovering from soreness. Very helpful, guys. I'm extremely sore today from yesterday's workout. So doing these exercises will really help me recover. Six, relaxes the mind. It's a really good time for you to focus on your breathing. A lot of us tend to hold our breath during exercises, so it's a very good time for you guys to focus on the breathing and learn how to breathe during an exercise. A lot of us don't know how, and I'm still learning, so it's very important. And finally, it's going to be 20-second hold for each exercise with a 10-second rest. So it's, again, 20 seconds of doing each exercise with a 10-second rest. Make sure you do it at home. Bring your kids, your husband, anybody, your mom, your grandma. It's very important for everybody to stretch. So get to it now.
Alright guys, this is Coach Sia. So right here, you're just going to grab your head and you're going to tilt it to the side. You should feel the stretch on that whole side of the neck that's tilted. Make sure you do it gently. And now you're going to do the same thing with the other side. On the area that you just touched, that's the area where you should feel that stretch nice and gently. Pull a little bit further if you feel comfortable. Now here, all you're doing, you're just reaching for the sky as high as you can, stretching that whole body nice and tall with the arms, trying to get that ceiling or that sky, but just reach. Now here, you're just gonna open up the chest as far out as you can, stretching that chest. You should kind of feel that shoulder blades in the back kind of compressing or contracting a little bit, but just stretch that chest out. Now this is a stretch we do often. You're just gonna bring that arm across and stretch that shoulder. Now we did one side, now you gotta make sure you do the other one as well. And then focus on your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, gentle on that stretch. Now we're gonna go into a tricep stretch. So you're just gonna bring that arm to the back and use that other hand to kind of stretch a little bit more to help you go a little bit deeper on that tricep stretch. And we got to keep it even. Now the other side. And again, guys, make sure you're focusing on your breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Stretching is perfect to start learning how to breathe in properly. Now for here, you're going to go a wide stand. You're going to stretch to the center. You're going to go to one side, to the center, to the other side, making sure you're getting a good stretch on those hamstrings. So right, center, left, or left, center, right. Now this one's a little bit difficult, but you're going to try and grab those fingers. Now if you can't grab them, that's perfectly fine. Just reach as far as you can. This is going to help you stretch out and open up that chest just a little bit more, and a little bit on the shoulders as well. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Usually, at least for me, one side I can touch them, and the other ones I struggle a little bit more, but just try and reach for those fingers and try and lock them up, all right? Now we're going to go a little bit deeper on that shoulder stretch. So you're going to use a wall, put your hand on the wall, and kind of try to face forward and get a little bit deeper stretch on that shoulder, and also a little bit of that chest on this one. And also make sure you do the other side. Grab that wall and kind of stretch that shoulder nice and gentle and deep, and make sure you're breathing. Stretch that shoulder, stretch that chest out. Now here you could grab a chair, a table, but all you're gonna do is just like this. You're trying to go 90 degrees on your body, 90 degrees, and breathe in, breathe out. On each breath, try to go a little bit deeper on that stretch. And again, we're gonna get a little bit deeper stretch on that quad. So Priscilla has good flexibility, but try to get that heel to touch your glute. Hold on to a wall if you need to, but just make sure you're feeling that stretch right on that quad. And the same thing on the other side, but again, you're breathing in, you're breathing out, you're focusing on your breathing. What muscle group are you stretching here? The quad, so focus on that as well. Now here we're going to kind of go into a runner stretch. You should feel that stretch on the calf. So notice the heel, it comes up, it comes down. When it comes down, you should feel that stretch on that calf. Try to go as far down as you can on that foot when you bring it down to the floor. Now you're doing the same thing on the other leg. Drive that heel up and drive that heel down. When you bring it down, that's where you should feel that stretch on that calf. Now we're going to work a little bit on our wrist. So make sure your back is straight. Notice our arms are there. We're stretching the wrist and flip on one side, flip them to the other. We got to make sure we stretch both sides of the wrist. Sometimes a lot of injuries are because there's tightness on our wrist. So we got to make sure we stretch our wrist as well. Now you're going to be in the same position now. You're going to kind of breathe in, breathe out. You're arching the back when you breathe in and breathe out. You're kind of extending and elongating that spine when you breathe in, and then arching it when you breathe out. In and out. Perfect stretch to focus on your breathing here. Now here we're going to get a little bit deeper stretch on that quad as well. Make sure you're nice and tall. And then after a couple stretch right there on the quad, you're going to reach for the toe. Nice and gentle when you reach for the toe, okay? Just like that. There we go, reaching for the toe. And now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Stretch on the quad and then reach forward for the toe. Try to go as far up as you can to the toe. If you can't go all the way, that's fine. Just go as deep as you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to go into a secretary stretch. So one leg is over the other one and you're facing the opposite way. So you're stretching the glutes and a little bit on the back here. Now same thing on the other side, one leg over the other one. Use that arm to push your leg forward and you're getting that glute stretch and that back stretch at the same time. And now we're going on to a butterfly stretch. So your feet are together. Kind of use those elbows to press your feet down and move forward. Nice and gentle. Try to bring those legs as far in as you can. Try to get those heels as far in as you can. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper onto the glute and the hamstring stretch. So the leg that's forward, you should feel the stretch on the glute and on the hamstring. Try to go as deep as you can. Now you already know we did one side, we got to do the other one. Keep that leg nice and close and feel that stretch on that glute and that hamstring. Same thing as the other leg. Now you're going to be flat on your back and you're just going to bring that knee in. Try to bring it all the way up. Tuck it in to the chest and kind of bring that toe towards you. You're stretching the glutes and the hamstring as well. Now we're going to go on to the other leg, stretching the glute and the hamstring. Some of these exercises or stretches stretch the same muscle group. It's just a different variation so we could get a little bit deeper on that stretch. Now we're on our feet and our legs and a lot of leg workouts that we do. So we got to make sure our hips are nice and open and nice and stretched. So put that leg over the other one and kind of bring that other leg a little bit further up. This is just going to help you go a little bit more deeper. So each stretch, we're going a little bit deeper and deeper on each stretch. Now we're going for the same thing on the other leg. Put it right on the knee, bring that other leg up and kind of use your arms to pull it forward towards your chest, towards your body. You're feeling that stretch right there on that hamstring. Now this is one of my favorite ones. You guys probably see me do it a lot when you guys come in. You're bringing that leg, one leg straight, one leg over the other one. You're stretching the back, the glute, that hamstring, that shoulder. My back always cracks when I do this one. So we're going to go one side. And of course, we have to do the other side again. You're kind of trying to get that shoulder to touch the floor, getting that deep stretch on that back, that glute, and that hamstring again. Here's another familiar stretch. You're on all fours and you're just going to reach to the side, kind of stretching the back, that shoulder. And again, guys, I can't stress it enough to make sure you're breathing in, you're breathing out, you're focusing. Just breathe in, breathe out. Which muscle are you stretching? Now we're gonna let gravity help us out a little bit more on that deeper stretch. Now again, Priscilla's super flexible, so she can come all the way down. For you, you come down as far as you can. Eventually, if you can come all the way down, that's perfectly fine. But you're just going as deep as you can, kind of letting gravity pull you back. That way you get a deep stretch on that quad. And we do one leg, and of course, we gotta bring it all the way to the other leg. And again, go as deep or as far back as you can. You don't have to go all the way down because we don't want you to get hurt. So make sure you're still taking care of yourself and not getting injured by doing some stretches. And for here, you're just gonna tuck the knees in, open up those arms, and you're just gonna rock side to side, keeping those legs nice and tucked in, kind of stretching that lower back every time you rock from one side to the center, all the way to the other side. Nice and slow. Stretching is not about speed, but it's about slow and controlled, breathing in, breathing out. Then we're going to go into a cobra stretch and just going to kind of twist to the side. We're stretching that core out and we're stretching that back out at the same time. We're knocking two birds with one stone right here, stretching the core and the back. And last but not least, one of my favorites, especially after a hard conditioning day, just tile the pose. Now here, breathe in, breathe out, relax, bring it back to the front, bring it back. And after this, we are done. So make sure you focus on your breathing again.